My mother took the microphone at my sister's wedding reception. 300 people went silent. She smiled that warm, practiced smile and said the words that would change everything. I'm thrilled to announce that my daughter has pledged $40,000 to our family foundation as founding patron. The room erupted in applause. I hadn't pledged a dime. I'd never agreed to anything. But there I was, frozen in my seat, while a photographer snapped my picture and strangers shook my hand. How do you call out your own mother in front of everyone you know? You don't. I had proof in my bag. But that night, all I could do was smile. Drop your time zone below. It's 3 a.m. here and I need to know I'm not alone. Hit like if you've ever been volunteered for something you never agreed to. I smiled, I clapped, and I started building my case. Let me back up. I'm a CPA, I work long hours. I live modestly. I save everything. And I mean everything. Every email. Every text. Every deposit slip. I learned that the hard way. 3 years ago, my mother borrowed $2,000 for what she called an emergency. When I asked for it back, she looked me in the eye and said, I never borrowed anything from you. I pulled up the Venmo request. She said I was being petty. That's when I started keeping records. My family has a pattern. My sister is the golden child, the one everyone protects. I'm the responsible one, the one who pays. I paid for her car insurance when she was between jobs. I covered family dinners. I never got repaid. I never made a scene. 6 months ago, I got a settlement from a car accident. $40,000. A month later, I won an overtime lawsuit at work. Another few thousand. I finally had enough for a down payment on a house. My mother knew about the money. She asked how much. I told her. Big mistake. Around the same time, she started this family foundation, some vague charity thing. She talked about it at every family dinner. No one ever saw paperwork. No one asked questions. I didn't think much of it. I didn't know she was planning something. But I should have. 3 weeks before the wedding, my mother called. Her voice was honey. I have a wonderful opportunity for you. She wanted me to donate $40,000 to the family foundation. All of it. I'd be the founding patron. She wanted me to announce it at my sister's reception to inspire others. I said no. Mom, that money is for a house. I've been planning this for years. Her voice changed. You've always had everything. Your sister sacrificed so much for this family. I worked for that money, Mom. It's mine. So you're just going to be selfish? I'm not being selfish. I'm buying a house. Silence. Then she said, this would mean so much to her. To all of us? I'm sorry. The answer is no. Another pause. I hope you won't embarrass us at the reception. The way she said it made my skin crawl. Not a request. A warning. I'll be there, Mom, but I'm not donating. She hung up. I sat there staring at my phone. I thought about calling my sister. But what would I say? Mom's mad I won't give her my savings? It sounded paranoid. I let it go. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. The wedding was beautiful. My sister looked perfect. I sat through the ceremony. I smiled for pictures. Dinner ended. The toast began. My mother stood up. She took the microphone. She talked about family, about values, about generosity. Everyone was nodding. Then she said it. I'm so proud to announce that my daughter has pledged $40,000 to launch our family foundation. The applause was deafening. I couldn't breathe. My sister turned to me, tears in her eyes. She hugged me. Thank you, she whispered. This means everything. I couldn't speak. Guests swarmed me. Handshakes, hugs, congratulations. The photographer snapped photos. My mother stood across the room, watching. She raised her glass to me. I was trapped. If I said no now, I'd ruin my sister's wedding. I'd be the villain. What do you do when the cage is made of applause? I had my phone. I had screenshots. But I had no voice. I went home that night and cried. Then I opened my laptop. First, I pulled up the phone call. I live in a one-party consent state. I'd recorded the conversation 3 weeks earlier. I played it back. My mother's voice, clear as day. I want you to donate $40,000. My voice, that money is for a house. The answer is no. Time-stamped, dated, saved. Next, I opened my texts. The day after the call, I'd sent her a message. Mom, just to be clear, I'm not donating to the foundation. That money is for my house. Her reply, we'll see. 2 words. We'll see. I screenshot it. Then I did something I should have done weeks ago. I searched for the family foundation on the IRS database. Every registered nonprofit has to be listed. I typed in the name. 0 results. I tried variations. Nothing. The foundation didn't legally exist. It wasn't a charity. It was a story. I created a folder on my desktop. I labeled it Foundation Legal. I saved the recording. The texts. The IRS search. 3 pieces of paper. 3 nails in her story. But I needed to know where the money was supposed to go. So I waited. 2 days later, I got an email. Subject line, Foundation Pledge Form. I opened it. My name was already filled in. Pledge amount, $40,000. All it needed was my signature and bank routing number. The note at the bottom said, please return by Friday to process your generous gift. I deleted it. An hour later, my mother called. I didn't pick up. She left a voicemail. I don't know why you're being difficult. Just sign the form. Everyone's expecting this. I didn't respond. The next morning, she posted on Facebook. A long, glowing announcement thanking me for my incredible generosity. She tagged me. The family group chat exploded. Aunts, uncles, cousins, all congratulating me. My aunt sent me a private message. So proud of you for finally stepping up for the family. Finally stepping up. Like I hadn't been paying for things for years. I was locked into a narrative I never agreed to. Then my mother sent one final text. If you don't honor this, I'll tell everyone you lied. You'll humiliate your sister. Is that what you want? I stared at the message. I had a choice. Pay up or lawyer up. I chose option 3. I called a friend from work. She does forensic accounting. I asked her to dig into the foundation. She pulled up the website. There was a page listing the board of directors. My name was on it. Founding board member. I'd never agreed to that. I'd never even seen the website. Then she found something worse. A grant application. My mother had submitted it to the local business council. It requested $25,000 in matching funds for the foundation. She'd cited my $40,000 donation as proof of community support. And at the bottom of the application, there was a board resolution with my signature, except I'd never signed it. My friend zoomed in. The signature was close, but the loop on the L was wrong. She'd forged it. My mother had forged my signature on a grant application. That's not just lying. That's fraud. Identity fraud, grant fraud, possibly wire fraud if the money moved. I printed everything. The website screenshot. The application, the forged signature next to my real one. Now, it wasn't just control. It was a crime. I needed to understand why. Why go this far? I started digging. My sister had mentioned the wedding cost. $78,000. My mother paid half. I asked my sister casually how Mom had covered it. She forwarded me an email without thinking. A personal loan statement. $39,000. My mother had borrowed the money. She was in debt. Then I looked at the foundation again. The grant she applied for, $25,000. The amount she wanted from me, $40,000. Total, $65,000. Enough to pay off the loan and fund the scholarship she kept talking about. A scholarship in her own name. And there was something else. She was running for the deacon board at her church. She'd been campaigning for months. The foundation was part of her image, generous, charitable, a pillar of the community. It was never about helping anyone. It was about clearing her debt and boosting her reputation. Using my money. Using my name. I wasn't angry anymore. I was surgical. I hired an attorney. She specialized in fraud and family law. I showed her everything. She read the documents in silence. Then she looked up. This is the cleanest case I've seen in months. She laid out the plan. 1. File a cease and desist for unauthorized use of my name and credentials. 2. Report the forged signature to the Business Council to block the grant. 3. File a motion for declaratory judgment. That's a court order stating I never made a pledge and have no legal obligation. 4. If the harassment continues, we'd consider a restraining order. I chose all 4. We built the evidence binder, the recorded call, the texts, the IRS search, the forged grant application, the loan records, everything. My attorney filed the motion. Declaratory judgment, no enforceable pledge. The court date was set for 3 weeks out. My mother was served at her home. I didn't call her. I didn't text. I'm not arguing anymore. I'm filing. She called me 16 times that night. I didn't pick up once. The hearing was in a small county courtroom. 2 tables. A judge's bench, a clerk. My mother arrived with my sister and a few family friends. Character witnesses, I guess. I arrived with my attorney and the binder. The judge called the case. My mother's attorney stood up. Solo practitioner. Looked unprepared. He argued there was a family understanding. A verbal pledge made in good faith. My attorney stood. She didn't raise her voice. She just started presenting receipts. First, the recorded phone call. 3 weeks before the wedding. My voice clear. The answer is no. Played in open court. Second, the text exchange. Projected on a screen. I'm not donating, Mom. Her reply, we'll see. Third, the IRS database search. No registered nonprofit. No legal entity. No foundation. Fourth, the grant application. With my forged signature. My attorney put my real signature next to it on the screen. The loop on the L different. Fifth, the personal loan statement. $39,000. Motive. The judge leaned forward. He looked at my mother. Ma'am, did you obtain your daughter's signature on this board resolution? Silence. Then my mother said, there was a miscommunication. The judge's face didn't change. A miscommunication doesn't forge a signature. He granted the declaratory judgment. No pledge, no obligation. He ordered my mother to cease using my name, my credentials, and any likeness in connection with the foundation. Then he did something I didn't expect. He referred the forged grant application to the state attorney general for review. My sister started crying. The courtroom went silent. It was over. The Business Council pulled the matching grant offer the same day. My mother's foundation website went dark within a week. She resigned from the deacon board race. The church bulletin said family health issues. My sister called me 2 weeks later. She was quiet at first. Then she said, I didn't know. I thought you'd agreed and then changed your mind. Mom told me you were trying to hurt her. I didn't yell. I just said I never agreed. She announced it without asking me. She cried. She apologized. I believed her. But I also told her we needed space. Low contact, therapy separately. Maybe we'd rebuild. Maybe we wouldn't. My mother sent a 2-line email a month later. You've made your point. No apology. No acknowledgement. I didn't respond. I blocked her on social media. I set boundaries through my attorney for all future contact. No calls, no visits. Everything in writing. 3 months later, I closed on my house. $42,000 down payment. The original plan. I stood in the empty living room and cried. Not because of what I'd lost. Because of what I'd kept. My boundaries. My money, my peace. A week after I moved in, I made a donation. $1,000. To a real CPA scholarship fund. A legitimate 501c3. In my own name. On my own terms. No announcement. No applause. Just quiet generosity. The kind that doesn't need a microphone. I learned something through all of this. Generosity given under coercion isn't generosity. It's theft. And control dressed up as love is still control. Boundaries aren't cruel. They're necessary. I sleep well now. Have you ever been voluntold to give money or time? How did you handle it? Drop your story below. And if this story resonated, subscribe. We're building a community that believes boundaries aren't selfish. See you in the next one. This has been a fictionalized dramatization, not legal or financial advice.